What's up, guys? It was a while ago since I made a video, so I thought I'd make another one. And why make it so complicated? And that's what I thought in this video. So I'm gonna make it very simple for myself. And usually I like to do outdoor videos. I think they're fun, and I think the environment makes it more fun. And I think Bluetooth speakers are meant to be enjoyed outdoors, not as much indoors, even though that's a possible use case for them, and also use case I use them quite frequently for. So here we have two speakers right here on the table, the Anker Soundcore Motion Boom Plus and the Anker Soundcore Motion 300, and I will throw in the JBL Flip 6 as well in this comparison. The 7 is gonna come out, but that's probably gonna be a bit of a price bracket of its own. It's gonna probably have quite a bit higher price than both of these ones, and the JBL Flip 6 here already got a higher price than both of these ones, so it's not honestly already it's tilted towards JBL's favor price wise. However, size wise, the Anker Soundcore Motion Boom Plus comes in at about 1 kilo. This one comes in at 600 grams, the Anker Motion 300, and this is about 550 grams, the Flip 6 as well. So that's about it. In this video, I will go over first a 1v1 here against the Motion 300 against the Soundcore, the Motion Plus. At first, a little bit, not that loud volume, then I'll go up a little bit. I won't not do maximum loudness for my neighbor's sake. And then I will switch the Motion Plus again to the Flip 6, and then I will do a 1v1 versus the Motion 300 and the Flip 6 here. So that'll be the video, and I will tell you whenever I go between each of them. Yeah, very simple. That has been quite windy outdoors lately, and it's been hard to find a good day now that it's so dark outside to actually find a bright enough spots to do videos without having too much wind and enough light. So that's been the main problems. However, we're looking towards spring, and the release of the JBL Party Box 520 will be interesting and will be possibly something I will consider buying as well, depending on which price point it has released in my country. No, nothing more than that. Let's start the comparison, and I will begin with the Motion 300 here. So let's see here. And of course, I'll include my thoughts and in the last moments of this video as well. Also, I will not go over on off axis that much. I will just stay on axis for the most of it. So on axis means directly in front of the speakers. Off axis means I will go to the side. I will not go to the side, so listen to how they hear, how they sound from different angles, just mainly directly on. So let's start off with the Motion 300, Make Me Move here. Motion 300 playing.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, yeah. Hold tight.
Motion Plus play now. About 25% volume right there. A little bit less even, 20%. Motion 300. A little bit more there. Increasing it for the Motion Plus here. Motion Plus playing. Motion 300.
Make it last forever. Stop in time. Yeah, I'll surrender.
Motion plus.
Chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the sky. All because of you. Dripping lights paint the sky. Only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move.
Motion 300. Motion plus. Yep, so that's about from the first song at slightly lower, about 20, 25, 30% volume right there. The Motion 300 was playing at a louder sound percentage. It was playing about 30%, whilst the Motion Plus was playing around 20, 25%. So definitely a bit more for the Motion 300. So that's something to take account in this comparison. Let's find the other song I was thinking of using here. Let's see here, where do we have it? There we are. Motion Plus playing now. Increasing the volume a bit here, friends. .45% volume here. Motion 300.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard.
Motion plus.
You are.
Motion 300.
We're dreaming in the dark.
Motion plus.
Search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show.
Plus. Yes, so that was it for the Motion Plus. I'll tell you this, they both are quite decent speakers. The Motion 300 is, of course, very much so the newer product in 2025. So I will tell you more of my thoughts later. Let's start off with turning this puppy on. Go. Put it right there. Perfect. Connected and everything. And let's do the same thing with both of the songs, and then I'll do the little conclusion at the end there. I'm gonna find the song. There we go. The Flip 6 is beginning now. So Flip 6 playing right now.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping light skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me. You can make me move. Can make me
Flip 6. Motion 300. Flip 6.
make it last
Motion 300.
forever. Stop in time. Yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the sky.
Flip 6. Oh, it paused. Sorry.
Can make me. You can make me move. Can make me
Motion 300. Flip 6. Yes, so that was it for the first song. Let's turn up the volumes a little bit and see what happens then. Trying to match the volumes as well, of course. Oh, getting a little bit of the sniffles. Let's start off with the flip again. Motion 300.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always
Flip 6.
curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. So curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Motion 300.
We're dreaming in the dark. We're nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious.
Flip 6.
You always shows you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. You're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Motion 300. Flip 6.
Reaching for
And that is it for the song comparison. My opinion of the Motion 300 has shifted quite a bit since the first video I made. The first video I made, I was not impressed at all by the Motion 300. It had a lot of distortion. It just didn't perform well off axis as well, even though the Motion 300 has something called an adaptable EQ, which means that if you turn it on its sides like this or hanging it like this, the speakers recognizes which position it is placed and changes the way it sounds, and which is called an adaptive equalizer. And you can also change how it sounds depending on the Anker Soundcore app as well, which is a cool feature, which I have played around with quite a bit, and is a neat feature for sure, but it does not have the impact that you would like. So usually when you hang it, put it like this, or have it hanging like this, you want more treble boost, because you want it to reach further. But we end up getting limited by physics, right? Because it got the dual drivers here, and there are just, I mean, they can only point in one direction. They cannot move independently, and they are pointing straight forward. This Flip 6 is, of course, a mono speaker. It got one racetrack woofer right here and a tweeter, so it got some more separation between the elements, whilst this has two main drivers that produces all the same frequencies. If you're picking between these two, it's quite an easy pick. This one is the better pick, the Motion 300, definitely. It's cheaper, it's slightly bigger, but it's better built, I think. It's built more solidly. Like this one has a soft silicon at the sides, which feels very nice, and some fabric mesh, but the silicon, the side bumpers get easily damaged, whilst that is not the case. And also I like the form factor, that it's flatter, takes up less space when you're backpacking and stuff like that, even though you can have this as like a small water bottle, I guess, which also would be fine. Both are great in their own aspects. This has an exposed USB-C port right here. So here, kind of, we get a little, I'm gonna turn on a flashlight here. There's an exposed USB-C port there. And this one does have a closed up USB-C charging port right there. I like that you can close it up, because if you're at a beach, you don't want sand stuck in your ports. I think that's a big no-no in general. Whilst you won't get that with the Anker. Anker, I think, is just a cooler device in general. Got this strap here, you got this little belt here on the Motion 300. Just when you look at the device itself, sound quality wise, the Motion 300 does sound more impressive. It has deeper bass, it has more bass, and even though I think the mid-range and the treble can kind of get mushed together a little bit, I think it still ends up sounding quite a bit better, even though the JBL has better separation between the mid-range and the treble. But I don't think the JBL Flip 6, when you listen to it indoor like this, sounds that good at all. It's a very narrow sound just because it's a mono speaker, so there's no separation, and it's quite a narrow sound. Whilst this is a quite narrow sound as well, honestly, and it doesn't sound that open. It still sounds more. It sounds still bigger and a bit more impressive, I think. The Motion 300 and the mid-range and the treble response is definitely better. It's more neutral, and the bass is slamming harder than the JBL. While the JBL, you mainly get a brighter sound signature with not too much going on in the mid-range, and kind of, yeah, not horrible, but not great sound, I would say. The bass is quite good on the JBL, but it's better for the Motion 300. So that's it when it comes to the Flip 6. Battery life also, the Motion 300 has better battery than the Flip 6. And yeah, connectivity, it's Bluetooth 5.0 for both. And there's nothing to comment really there. When it comes to the Motion Plus is definitely a way older device. It's from 2019, which is incredibly 6 years ago. Whilst the Motion 300 is 2022, and that's quite a bit more recent, and 3 years rather. And you can really feel it here. The Motion 300 has more customizability in the app that you get included, and with equalizers and whatnot, whilst you're quite limited with the Motion Plus. The Motion Plus, however, got auxiliary input, so you can have it with a cable or wired or wireless if you feel like that. The Motion 300 got the better battery life of them, but there are some downsides, of course. Even though the Motion Plus is the bigger unit, it's the older one, it got worse battery life. The sound dispersion on the Motion Plus is quite impressive, and I feel like that is why it sounds as good as it does. Bass-wise, I think the bass on the Motion 300 is better, but once you start pushing higher volumes and the bass starts kicking in more for the Motion Plus, this one starts struggling, the Motion 300, when you increase the volume. The bass doesn't follow the sound as it does with the Motion Plus, where it pushes up the sound quite a bit. The Motion Plus does lack when it comes to mids and highs, but because of the dispersion of the sound, I think it sounds way more immersive than the Motion 300 that lacks that airiness or like that openness that you get with the Motion Plus. I think it has to do with, honestly, driver's design. I think it's a brilliant design speaker with the tweeters pointing upwards like this and the mid-range drivers pointing forwards. But you can feel it's an older speaker. It does not have as much deep bass, and it's struggling a bit when it comes to those different technical departments. However, sound immersion, I think it wins. And honestly, if you're gonna be indoors and I would pick between each of them, it's gonna be a hard pick. If I would listen to lower volumes, I would take the Motion 300 any day of the week. But if you're pointing at higher volumes, I would honestly, I don't know, honestly, that would be, and you want this kind of form factor. The Motion Plus is not bad, even though the Motion 300 has a better frequency range, better bass, better battery life, more portability. So overall, I think the Motion 300 is still the winner here, but that immersiveness when it comes to openness is why the Motion Plus still has a place in my heart and many other people's heart, I think. It also supports higher codecs. I think this is AAC and SBC codecs. Bluetooth codecs are basically, you can transfer higher resolution, higher bandwidth audio, whilst this has higher codecs, aptX, for example. That is quite high. However, I don't think that matters too much, and I've listened to different codecs on the Motion Plus back and forth. I really can't tell any difference depending on what I'm streaming, what kind of content I'm streaming to it. So I don't know how much it actually improves the audio quality. It's hard to tell for me, at least. Yes, other than that, if you have any more questions, did I miss something? Leave them down below, and thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Take care.